Number 24, how many four-digit numbers could we make with the criteria for A being that the leading digit cannot be a 0? Okay, so that means there's 9 numbers still left to choose from here. 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. This would be 9,000. Part B, the leading digit cannot be a 0 and no repetition is allowed. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There could be 9 here. After we choose that number, we would only have 9 left to here because we just added the 0 back in, right? But now we've taken out whatever number this was. This would be 8. This would be 7 because we should have 1 less for here. We should have 1 less than here. For here we should have 1 less than here. So 9 times 9 times 8 times 7, or 4, 5, 3, 6. Part C, again the leading digit cannot be a 0, which makes sense. Would it be a 4-digit number if this was 0? For instance, if I had this number, this would just be a 3-digit number, 123. So that's why they say the leading digit cannot be a 0, but maybe you already figured that out. So the leading digit cannot be a 0, and the number must be less than 500. Okay, so normally I'd have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In fact, I'm going to put the 0 on the end. Okay, so the leading digit cannot be a 0. So for this spot right here, that's an arrow. I can't use the 0. And also must be less than 5,000. So less than 5,000 means it can't start with a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9. So I only have 4 different options for here. Okay, but there are no stipulations for this spot. Doesn't say anything about repetition or not. There's none for this spot, none for this spot, so 4,000 numbers. Okay, which makes sense. Part D, last one. The leading digit cannot be 0, and the number must be even. Okay. So which one of these 4 numbers deals with whether or not a number is even? Well, the leading digit can't be 0. That one's easy. Does this second number have anything to do with whether or not this number is even? The answer is no. How about this one? The answer is again no. The only number that has anything to do with a number being even or odd is the last number. And this number needs to be 2, 4, 6, or 8 in order for this number to be even. So there are, or 0. So there are 5 possibilities. Multiplying this all out, you get 4,500. Does this number make sense? How many even numbers are there between 0 and 9999? Or 10,000 numbers, right? There's 10,000 numbers total. How many of them are going to be even? Actually, not including the first 1,000, right? Up to 9999. There we go. Right? Because these are not 4-digit numbers. So between 999 and 9,999, how many of them are going to be even? Which would turn out to be 9,000 numbers total. Well, half of those are going to have to be even. So logically, you can come up with the answer this way. Mathematically, maybe easier to think of mathematically. Just multiply these 9 times 10 times 10 times 5. Okay? This is number 24.